has since retooled that statement and said they believe that anti-Semitism, this was behind this attack and that this was an act of terror. So they've now gotten on message. But in a larger sense, there's two issues here. One is the response of the FBI and their hostage rescue team, which is nothing short of absolutely extraordinary. And coming on tonight, we have the former head of the hostage rescue team, hostage response team, HRT, which is the SEAL Team 6 of law enforcement in America, to come on the show and explain exactly what happened. So immense kudos to the FBI for how they handled it from a law enforcement standpoint. Then we'll get into the messaging behind this and the rise of anti-Semitism, particularly on the left in America, the dangers of that, and then what we saw and heard over the weekend from some of the major leaders on the left and who was really willing to call this out for what it was, which was an anti-Semitic attack here in the United States by a member of the Muslim faith from the United Kingdom, and who sort of glossed over it as they enjoyed their weekend, Adrian.
It's very interesting. I've covered an anti-Semitic attack in New Jersey a few years ago, if you remember that deli that
Sure.
was blown up, gunned down, people gunned down, innocent lives lost. And it took some time for them to actually call it an anti-Semitic attack. And it would be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing your interview and find out why there's a waiting time before they actually call it officially anti-Semitic. But let's get to the president's 1 year in office. You're going to be talking about this milestone tonight on your show as well. Is that correct?
Right. It's been a bad week, certainly. Last week was called the week from hell for the Biden administration, coming into this 1 year anniversary. And there's a real divide on the Democratic Party that we're going to be talking about, which is how to message about President Biden's first year. And the White House and some of the president's more progressive critics are really doubling down on, well, nothing's been accomplished. This all revolves around voting rights. That's what has to happen in order for the president to have any successes. On the other hand, you have folks like James Carville, the very famous Clinton strategist, who said it's the economy, stupid, who said basically Joe Biden isn't bragging enough about infrastructure and about the American Rescue Plan that was passed right when he became president during the height of the coronavirus. Juan Williams, my old colleague at Fox News, has a piece about that out as well, saying Joe Biden doesn't brag enough. So the question's going to be is this a self-inflicted wound by the White House on Joe Biden, in that really he's actually doing pretty well for his first year, and maybe just this isn't an issue of policy but an issue of messaging and how to turn that around, because certainly the American people believe that it hasn't been a good year. His approval ratings are in the low 40%, and the White House is focusing on voting rights. The polling shows the thing that's really dragging the president's numbers down of everything is inflation, number one, and number two is COVID.
Yeah, obviously a lot of people wanting the administration to do more, especially in light of this latest Omicron surge. Thank you, Leland, for waking up early with us. We'll look forward to seeing your show tonight, On Balance with Leland Vitter, tonight and every weeknight right here on NewsNation. It starts at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 Central Time. Well, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click on the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.